Hello everyone, this is Sorry and Target coming at you with another Carnivores Top 5 video, where today we're going to be taking a look at the top 5 reasons why the oft-maligned Carnivores Cityscape is great. Or at least, the greatest things about Cityscape. Now, as I'm sure we are all aware, Carnivores Cityscape is a pretty divisive entry in the Carnivores franchise. The game is often derided for its short campaign, buggy AI, lack of content, overall unfinished feel, and general departure from the Carnivores formula, and many prefer to consider it as its own little self-contained spin-off, rather than the next official game in the series. For me personally, it's not my favorite. Even when I first got it after it came out, I knew there was something off about it. It's the only Carnivores game I did not play through all the way to the end on my first go, and it's the only one I did not keep the game box art for, a mistake I now really regret. But I do have a lot of nostalgia for it, and despite the fact that I don't really think it's a great game, there are many elements about it that I do really like, and that's what we're going to focus on today. Whether or not you liked Cityscape, I think it has things we can all agree work really well. And be sure to let me know what you guys think of Cityscape in the comment section below. Just be sure to play nice and respect the opinions of others. So without further ado, let's begin. So coming in at number 5 is the killer soundtrack. The Carnivores games aren't known for their music, and that's fine, they don't need to be. They're hunting games, focused on immersing players in an atmospheric hunting situation out in the wilderness of a dinosaur-infested planet. But when there is music involved, it is stellar. Carnivores Ice Age is the first time music showed up in the form of a chilling menu theme, and it's one of the game's best aspects in my opinion. Composer Rich Douglas even created a masterful soundtrack for Carnivores Reborn, and if you haven't checked it out yet, I think it's well worth a listen. But the music in Carnivores Cityscape is truly amazing. High-energy techno beats really sell the futuristic city element of the game, and provide an addictingly catchy tune for players to enjoy on both the main menu and the credits. In fact, we'll give it a quick listen so you can see for yourself. I think most of us remember the music of Cityscape pretty well, and it just lends itself perfectly to that late 90s, early 2000s futuristic vibe. To me, the music in Carnivores Cityscape is very well done, memorable, and unique, and it tops the list at number 5. Moving down to the number 4 spot is the world building aspect. As I've said many times before on the channel, the Carnivores games excel at telling a subtle story through exploration of the environment. The game's brief backstory sets up the context for players to discover the remnants of ancient civilizations, or discontinued Dino Hunt Corp facilities, all within the rich atmosphere of a dinosaur-infested alien planet. And while that is fantastic for nearly endless stories to tell, the main series has only focused on planet FMMUV32, which is why I think Cityscape works best as a spin-off instead of a mainstream Carnivores title. Cityscape finally takes us back to Earth and shows us what our home planet looks like in the future, and how we've developed as a society, while Dino Hunt Corp was ruling the more primitive planets in the universe. From fleshing out Dino Hunt Corp's elements outside their hunting divisions, to the kind of ships they use, to references to the original trilogy, and even more species of dinosaurs to try to weave into the established lore, Cityscape's unique setup is fantastic. A greedy corporation in charge of a dinosaur-inhabited planet wants to set up a zoo on Earth, only to have their ship crash land, accidentally unleashing the dinosaurs into a futuristic Earth colony. Plus, this opens the door for my wishful spin-off, where Dino Hunt Corp gains time travel technology and sets up a hunting division on prehistoric Earth, hunting scientifically accurate dinosaurs. But anyway, I digress. Cityscape's premise is genius. It's just the execution that lacks promise. And it's this expansive world building that takes the number 4 spot. Taking the number 3 spot is the fact that Carnivores Cityscape has multiplayer. Multiplayer has been a fan request, or at least a plausible concept, since Carnivores 2, but has yet to show up in a mainstream Carnivores game. Carnivores Cityscape, however, changed all of that by providing multiplayer matches for players to enjoy. My internet connection is not stable enough to participate in multiplayer matches, and given Cityscape's reputation, I'm not even sure how many people took advantage of its multiplayer capabilities back in the day. But the fact that the game has the option is a huge step in the right direction, and should hopefully serve as an inspiration for future Carnivores games. I would have loved to have been a part of the Cityscape multiplayer scene in its heyday, and whether or not it was even that successful, the fact that it exists is incredible, and takes the number 3 spot. Moving down to the number 2 spot is the ability to play as a dinosaur. I mean, how great is that? Now, playing as a dinosaur is not a new or unique feature among dinosaur games. From Primal Carnage Extinction to The Isle, playing as a dinosaur has become pretty commonplace in dinosaur games today. But back when Cityscape first came out, there were not that many dinosaur games that let players run rampant as a dinosaur against swarms of humans, either in single player or multiplayer. Not to mention, Cityscape is the only Carnivores game that allows players to play as a dinosaur. And that's something that I do prefer. While playing as a dinosaur is neat, I feel that dinosaur games are better served when you play as a human observing the majesty of dinosaurs, especially in the Carnivores games. But it is a distinctive feature of Cityscape that I know a lot of people enjoy, so it comes in at number 2. And now, the number 1 greatest thing about Carnivores Cityscape is the fantastic atmosphere.
Evacuation imminent. Proceed to the nearest transport.
If there's one thing Cityscape got right in fulfilling the legacy of its predecessors, it's immersing players in an authentic and true-to-the-experience atmosphere. From the eerie, echoic cries ringing through the park to the unsettlingly claustrophobic atmosphere of the crashed remnants of Dino Hunt 7, to the quiet bustle of Crater City, to the busy hum of the aqueducts, the atmosphere in Cityscape is just about on par with the atmosphere in the original games. Many levels of Cityscape, especially the remains of Dino Hunt 7, remind me so much of Ridley Scott's Alien, and to a lesser extent even that old Doom movie starring The Rock. And the way every sound is set up is near perfect. The sounds of the ship creaking and groaning, or the sounds of dinosaurs roaring in the distance, mixed with the ambience of sirens and trains, combines to create a hauntingly immersive atmosphere, one that I truly enjoy revisiting often. For a Carnivores game, Cityscape might not have gotten a lot right, but for the atmosphere it was trying to create, it hit the nail on the head, and it definitely deserves the #1 spot. So there you go guys, everything that I personally think is good about Carnivores Cityscape. A tall ask for sure, and thanks to Ashton the Prehistoric Man for giving me the idea. But I hope I delivered. This one was actually a lot of fun to put together, and I'm always in for more controversial topics within the Carnivores universe. So what do you think Cityscape did right? I know we've hammered on what it did wrong for quite a while, so I think it's good to give it some fairness and focus on the things that it did well. Be sure to let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. And guys, thanks as always for watching. It's just really humbling that so many of you guys stick around to check out these videos. I know not a lot of people cover Carnivores and the amazing mods that come out of it here on YouTube, but that's why I'm here. And I'm so grateful that enough of you guys find enjoyment here. As long as you guys keep watching this content, I'll be sure to keep making it. As the summer progresses, I'm trying to establish a consistent upload schedule for you guys, and get that 1,000 subscriber special up and running, and work on some more special projects for you guys. One thing I'd really like to try out is attempt a live stream for you guys. With my poor internet access and my lack of experience there, I'm not sure how well that would work out, but it's something I'd like to give a try. Maybe live streaming some Carnivores Cityscape multiplayer, or Dinosaur Hunter on Steam whenever that comes out. So let me know, is that something you guys would like to see if I ever get it going? Be sure to let me know what you guys think about all aspects of the channel. It's your direct feedback that keeps me creating the best content that I possibly can. Thanks again for watching guys, you are all truly the best, and I will see you guys next time. But for those of you loyal viewers who are still watching, the real #1 greatest thing about Carnivores Cityscape is that it inspired both the channel's name and logo. Who would have guessed?
This is Agent Phillips. Is there anyone out there? Anyone? I'm completely surrounded. If anybody can hear me, please respond.